Here's the story of Sam Bruce, a former Miami Hurricanes football player that was taken away from this world way too soon. But before the awful tragedy, the young man was a promising football star. Sam Bruce grew up where many football legends grow up, South Florida. The 5'8", 185-pound receiver went to the prestigious St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Fort Lauderdale. Early on, you could tell Sam was a gifted football player. He started playing on varsity as a freshman and had some solid stats. He rushed for over 100 yards and caught the ball for almost 300 yards and had 4 touchdowns both on the ground and through the air. One of the best ways to describe Sam Bruce in high school is slippery. In his entire time at St. Thomas Aquinas, he had almost 1,400 yards receiving and 350 plus yards rushing with a total of 20 offensive touchdowns. When you have a weapon like Sam Bruce, you better be using him on special teams too. It didn't matter if it was punts or kicks, he was making dudes look ridiculous on the field. Combined, he had almost 900 yards returning the ball. Sam was able to show off at Nike's The Opening and the Under Armour All-American game. He earned the ranks of a top 100 player in his class and was a 4-star recruit. Sam's stats and talent outweighed his size, and he was getting tons of looks from the next level. He had offers from every college football powerhouse you can think of. Ultimately, he stayed close to home to play for the Miami Hurricanes. However, even before he got to Coral Gables, Sam had some off-the-field issues get in the way. He was photographed with a gun his senior year of high school and was suspended for what was supposed to be the first 3 games of his college career. While on suspension, he suffered a non-football related leg injury, and a bunch of other stuff stopped him from getting out on the field on Saturdays. He had more run-ins with the law, was breaking team rules, sleeping through film, and even missed the bus to a game. Ultimately, Sam Bruce was dismissed from the team and never played a single down for the Canes. A few years later, Sam would actually admit in interviews that he was the one responsible for why his time at Miami didn't work out. After his short time at Miami, Sam Bruce went the JUCO route at Mississippi Gulf Coast and then bounced again to Southeastern University. He was in talks with the Edmonton Eskimos and the CFL, but was unable to play up north because he was too young. In 2019, Sam joined the Frisco Fighters, an indoor pro football league, and he actually had former Last Chance U star Malik Henry throwing the ball to him. Unfortunately, COVID cut the Frisco Fighters season short. 2 years after Frisco, Sam Bruce was still in football shape. He was involved in the filming of American Underdog, the Kurt Warner story, a movie based on the Hall of Famer's life. But then, in April of 2022, tragedy hit. Sam Bruce was in a car accident. Reports say that Sam had a seizure while driving. First responders performed CPR and transferred him to the hospital where sadly, he would pass away the next day. Sam touched a lot of lives through his play, and many took to social media to mourn the sad news. Sam Bruce was only 24 years old and was taken away from this world way too soon. My thoughts and prayers to his family and loved ones. Sam Bruce, may he rest in peace.